Hello everyone, I'm Kako Kursi. Welcome back to my channel. From today, I will share with you the imaginative part of Hongshan Jade. The reason called is imaginative for me is the good way to explain this is Hongshan people created so many kinds of all kinds of varieties, animal related form of jade. Some of like this is a single animal feature there, and another pieces I will show you they combine different kind of animal figures into one piece. Although after look at some of them, you will have a rough idea. Actually, there's a certain rules in their creativity about animal rules, animal fingers. I will show you one by one to add more knowledge about the Hongshan Jade culture. In the ancient time, Chinese people believe on the very, very top we have a heaven, or in another word, Chinese word called Di, means the highest God, on the very top. On the earth is where all humans belong, live. And in the middle, between the heaven and the earth, there are all kinds of animals. The lighter animals can fly. The heavier animals on earth walk, run. So they think in the ancient time, people think those animals are the messengers for carry our prey to God. And also they are the messengers to bring the God protection to us. In other words, they treated all those animals as gods, all kinds of gods, divines. This part of research, which is the Japanese scholar Hayashi Minao, he did a wonderful explanation and research on this part of Asian culture. So let's go in to see this guy. This is a massive piece of jade, green yellow jade. We already see related this color kind of jade is Hongshan's local mine. From the material wise, you will see those yellowish, light green within. And this jade, because of so massive, so thick, on the surface you may think it's different, but it's really not much different from those arm guard we have studied before. Okay, this is the face. Let's talk about the stance. Follow our checking point. This part is heavily stained. Let me see. You see the color on the surface going to deep. This of the brown stain was caused by in the ground 5,000-6,000 years. And here the same. Actually, it's not only stains. I will show you this part. The bag, even the badly stained, heavily stained, should say heavily stained. But from what I see is here has a wind. It's a natural part of this stone, probably Hongshan people notice it. They put it as on this side. And in the book, in Guo Dashun's research, he mentioned Hongshan people know, and actually they emphasize one side will be the front for the men, and the opposite side they treat it as the back. So this part, I think that's the way they treat it. We can think this part is the back. This part of the sin to heavily deterioration. See here. If you touch this part of jade, actually you feel a dent. That means when they made it as a jade, they already think this part is less perfection looking than the front part. Follow this idea. This one side is the back, one side is the front. This part is a dent, roughly finished, and this part you don't see it. This feature in the very beginning, scholar called this coiled dragon. They think this feature is dragon, but lately, seems people changed their tongues. They recalled it. This is the shape they called more like is a bear. Those ferocious bear. That's the bear's ear, big eyes, nose. This kind of design, no matter right now we call it a coiled dragon or coiled bear, you will see a very similar design with this guy. They belong to the same category. You will notice that's the one way Hongshan people created this. They make this part as a face. On the face, they figure out the eyes, ears, nose, and the big mouth. This figure, you will see on many kind of jade material. If Hongshan people, sorry, let me say this way, Hongshan people knows their jade material very well. If this jade material, they think it's heavy, dense, take a good decoration, they make a detailed design on the face featured here. If they think this kind of jade, I will show you later, is less density, may have a lot of wings inside, softness than this kind of jade, they will, according to the jade quality, give it a nice decoration on their face. But no matter the face, how they decorate, you will also notice this majority of a body of jade, they leave it untouched. This actually is based on the belief Hongshan people know jade is the essence of the earth, have a strong protective power toward human, so they don't want to disturb this earthly power. They left the jade surface as a natural stage without a decoration. That's their way to treat it jade. So you will see this part. I will show you the detail about we cover the material stem, and let's do those the design. Now next step, let's look at the craftsmanship. you will look at it, this face is such a ferocious face. If you run your finger, you will touch, you will feel. From this end, you may can see they made this part, this section is pointed outwards and upwards. In other words, this part, when you use your finger, you touch it, is thicker, pointed outwards, slightly bent this way. So that's the follow their way to treat the jade. They're reflecting the light differently. Even you don't see the surface, see the layer different. This side is much thicker than the rest and with slightly curved. So make it this reflecting light. You see the volume here. Actually, for me, this part of those craftsmanship is not really easy be duplicated by our modern meanings. Just on this tiny surface spot, you will see people pay a lot of attention to it. And also in the back of the ears, let me go higher a little bit. You see clear? You see the back, this part of the ears, you touch it, there's really many those small surface to create this surface rounded, but it's not purely round. Rounded bumpy. It's difficult concept to say. Here, let's say here in the between of ears, you see the sharpie point here, this part. This part, they made it as if that's the spine of this bear. You see in here, you see clearly the spine. But here on the body, you don't see it, right? But if you run your finger, you will still feel it. Even on the body, you don't see it, you feel it. There's a spine go all the way to the end. So look at it this way, the holes. How to look at it this? Let me make it bigger. You can see. You see how many layers, how many sections they made the hole. Here, one big section, another one here, and reach the line is the center part. They make the same work from this end. From this end, probably you can see even better. You see here, one section, two sections, three sections. This is the way they make holes. They run from the both end, meet in the center. This is, you see the curve inside of the hole. Beautiful stuff. That's the jade surface. Got a deterioration in the back. We will see a few more this design piece. You will get a sense how Hongshan people treat their jade differently. They really know their jade. You see the crack here? this is the main center hole here. To follow the same principle, you see the way to make this? In the center part is like their spine. You see it. Same, this spine on their back. You don't see it, but you feel it. Another tip to show you is you will notice there's a tiny curve on this side. Let's look from this angle. This is the sharper edges. You see they make there's a tail tugged in, curved, but this part, this sharpness related with the same Hongshan people will make the sharp end like a dull knife. That's kind of a feeling. I think that's we will get from this guy. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you next time.